This is Mark Bresher, and we are in Thailand. I'm going to take you on a trip around the country. We're going to go ride some elephants. We're going to go to Bangkok at night. I'm going to take you up on a very, very tall building, 84 floors, the tallest in Bangkok. We're going to see all the nightlife in Bangkok and maybe see some tigers as well. Take you on the River Kwai, show you the bridge the movie was made out of. This is going to be really cool. Stick around, watch the Travelog. Thanks for coming.
There are 3 ways to get around Bangkok. A tuk-tuk, which we will get into later, the traditional taxis, which are everywhere, and the Bangkok transit system. Bangkok has laid out the most remarkable light rail called the SkyTrain. There are 34 stations along 40 miles of railway, serving over 600,000 people a day. With a top speed of 50 miles an hour, it is a quick way to get around town. And this is downtown Bangkok, and that's the tallest building you see over there called the Bayuk Tower. It's 84 floors and it's the tallest building in town. All the stations are elevated and the street level provides access to the escalators and the stairs. The first elevated level contains ticket booths and the second has all the platforms and the rails. The SkyTrain is definitely the quick and easy way to get around town, but if you're going to go sightseeing or shopping, you need a tuk-tuk. A tuk-tuk is basically a souped-up golf cart, open on all the sides, a whole bunch of fun with a little bit of scary thrown in. You get to know your driver, come up with a plan, put a price together, and you're off in what could be one of the most hair-raising experiences of the afternoon. While tuk-tuks are noisy, hot, and a little uncomfortable, they get in and out of traffic fast and fit in spaces a taxicab just couldn't go. Today, we're off to the Chao Phraya River for a guided tour of the old canals. But first, we're going to stop in at the King's Palace and see what that's all about. The palace has been the official residence of the kings of Siam from 1782 through 1925. Now it's the home of the Temple of the Emerald Buddha and one of the most popular tourist attractions in Thailand. The palace is made up of several courtyards, temples, and museums. And they're all watched over by the most remarkable sculptures. These are the Royal Blue Guards. You could spend most of the day just looking at all the amazing artwork. This is the temple of the very famous Emerald Buddha. It is open to visitors all day long, but unfortunately, no cameras allowed inside. This is just a small example of what makes up the Royal Palace. Too many things to see and just not enough time. Speaking of time, we need to meet up with our tuk-tuk driver for a ride to the river. The canals are famous for the floating market and early Bangkok history. This is the Chao Phraya River. It begins over 200 miles to the north and travels down through Thailand to Bangkok and ultimately the Gulf of Thailand. It's an excellent way to get around, so we've hired a long-tail boat and a guide. This area of Bangkok dates back to the early 15th century when it was a small village on the west bank of the river. After the fall of Ayutthaya to the Burmese in 1782, King Rama I moved the city to the east bank and made Bangkok the new capital. This is a famous shot in the James Bond movie The Man with the Golden Gun. Roger Moore is being chased on a long-tail boat into the canal, and it still looks just like it did in the movie. There are many temples, businesses, and homes in the canals, and all this traffic can be busy at times. This fellow makes his living selling coconut ice cream to the tourists, along with other locals selling just about everything from soup to nuts. And really, the soup's pretty good. There is another thing the canals are known for, and that's the floating market. Hundreds of sellers gather with their boats to offer souvenirs, clothes, and food from all over Thailand. Early tomorrow morning, we're traveling up country on the Chao Phraya River to the ancient city of Ayutthaya. On the way, we'll see a very famous bridge, ride some elephants, and hopefully photograph some tigers. There is more than one way to take a tour of Thailand. Get crammed in a van or bus with a bunch of people and ride for hours, or travel by boat. And the boats come in all sizes, from major party boat to the smaller long-tail boats. Late today, we should arrive in Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya was the capital of Siam for hundreds of years before the move to Bangkok in 1782. Our first stop of the day is going to be the bridge over the River Kwai, subject to the World War II movie with Alec Guinness, you know, Obi-Wan Kenobi. The story is fictional, but uses the construction of the Burma Railway in 1942 through 43 as its historical setting. In reality, the conditions were much worse. The movie describes the mistreatment of British and American prisoners forced by the Japanese army to build the Death Railway, named for the large amount of numbers of prisoners who died building it. The notorious Burma-Siam Railway was driven by the need for supplies from the Japanese army in Burma. During its construction, 13,000 prisoners of war died and were buried along the railway. Add to that another 100,000 civilians. Over the years, hundreds of thousands of Allied soldiers have given their lives to keep Southeast Asia free from tyranny. 140,000 died in prison camps alone. The sacrifices of these men and women have not been forgotten, and well-kept cemeteries and memorials are common sights. Another common sight is an elephant in Thailand, and that is exactly where we're headed next. Asian elephants are the largest living land animal in Asia. Large bulls can weigh up to 6 tons and are 10 feet at the shoulder. In general, the Asian elephant is smaller than the African elephant and has the highest body point at its head. This fellow is a mehut. It's a Hindi word. A mehut is a person who rides an elephant or caretaker. A mehut starts out as a boy in the family practice. And then when he's assigned an elephant early in his life, they remained bonded to each other throughout their entire lives.
Oh, me? Me? Oh, me. Oh, look. Oh.
Baby. Mama.
Baby.
Mama.
This is a baby elephant.
There are many elephant sanctuaries in Thailand. Since 1986, the Asian elephant has been listed as endangered as the population has declined by 50% in the last 60 to 75 years. Asian elephants are threatened mostly by deforestation and the loss of their habitat. In forest camps and reserves like this, elephants can live beyond 60 years. In zoos, elephants die at a much younger age. It's been a great opportunity to see and ride these guys in their natural habitat. Animal reserves in Thailand equal big tourism. Our next adventure is downriver to a reserve of a little bit different kind.
If you want to do the
I guess you could take the bus or a tour van, but we decided to take the raft instead. They pull you out into the middle of the river and then let you float downstream to your destination. We are here at the Tiger Temple Monastery Wildlife Sanctuary. The monastery is situated in an area along the Burmese border and believed to be the home of the largest surviving tiger population in the region. There is an area called Tiger Canyon. It's all natural, with a pond, a waterfall, and plenty of shade with only one way in and one way out. In the early afternoon, they open the canyon to visitors. It's hot, close to 100 degrees. The tigers are chained and they are resting. With close supervision, they will let you sit down with the tigers for photos. When the temperature is close to 100 degrees, they really don't care much like doing anything. But when you get caught sleeping on the job, like this guy, after a couple hours of photo opportunities, they take all the tigers out of the canyon and begin the process of building a small chain link cage close to the water's edge to put you in. Then they bring the tigers back into the canyon and let them loose.
Okay guys, you can now turn around and face the tigers this direction. So first of all, we're gonna give them 5 minutes of time to relax, cool down. After that, we're gonna get them excited and hopefully they will go bananas crazy. Some people say it's, we're making them to play with plastics, but they like it, they enjoy it, they keep chasing it, and if they are enjoying it and having great fun, I don't really care if it's a plastic or anything else at the end of the stick. What's really most important to us, these cats get their exercise twice a day, and that's what matters the most to us. Because
you can see the tigers are not allowed near the cage.
They need exercise. They are playful cats.
They are naturally curious about us, and we were only allowed to bring cameras into the cage. Backpacks and purses look way too much like the bags they play with, and it might confuse them.
Chậm đâu, chậm. Hai mình đi. That's a good one.
As the exercise program comes to an end, all the tigers are rounded up and led back out of the canyon, ready or not. Only then do we get out of the cage and on to our next adventure. Back in our long-tailed boat, we're heading off to Ayutthaya before the sun sets. Ayutthaya was founded in 1350 as the capital of Siam and ruled by 33 kings for 5 different dynasties. The kingdom was a major regional player and has some incredible ruins to explore. Ayutthaya was a large city for commerce, a center for European merchants and Asian traders from everywhere. It's actually an island city, located on the Chao Phraya River. Siam's former kings used the river as their main mode of transportation. By 1700, there were 1 million people living here, the largest city in the world at the time. Merchants the world over came to Ayutthaya to trade and sell. Today, tourists the world over come to Ayutthaya to explore the ruins. Another day, another adventure in Thailand. Today is a shopping day, so we're taking our tuk-tuk to the shops and the market in Bangkok. Plenty of things to see, lots of shops offering everything from the odd to the unusual. Let's not forget the markets, everything you could possibly want to buy and even more that you don't. And then there's the watches, lots of watches everywhere you turn. Every watch you can imagine, and I'm sure most of them aren't real. Where else could you buy a Rolex for $50? There is an area called Pat Pong, very famous nightlife area in town, full of the most interesting things to see and do. The specialty here is, you guessed it, girls. Nightlife in Bangkok is big business. There are many reasons why you need to go into those bars and party. And just in case you've forgotten, there are many fine young hostesses that will give you those reasons and show you to your table. There is one more stop that I want to take you to tonight. Far above Pat Pong in the street scene, 840 feet above to be exact, one of the city's biggest attractions and the most fantastic views. This is Bayuk Tower in Bangkok. It is 84 floors off the ground. It is an amazing place. You can stand here, it revolves 360 degrees, and you can watch the city go around in front of you. Right there is the heart of downtown. There's probably 5 or 6 bars up here. You can sit and have drinks with your friends and watch the world go around. Right below you, you saw Sukhumvit Avenue, and right over here, that's the center of the city. Beautiful, beautiful view. Amazing, amazing view. It's well worth the 84-floor trip on the elevator. I hope you have enjoyed this travelogue to Thailand. Thailand is a fascinating country with a wonderful history and even more wonderful people.